So today is day 8 of my Interrupt journey, and if you read my blog yesterday, you saw that it was a pretty emotional day yesterday, and I wanted to share something that I didn't write about, something I was holding back, and thank you for sticking with me through this process, because sometimes I feel like I throw stuff out there and then I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I just say that? And so this is really a story that I should have written about yesterday, but I didn't want to for whatever reasons, pride. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yesterday, after I had my morning of, oh, isn't this what we do every single Sunday morning? We run around, we chase kids, we try to get to church on time, we barely make it to our seats. This is what we do on Sundays, do on Sundays, do on Sundays. That very routine kind of thing. And I got to church, and I feel like my soul was just in this rotten place. I did not want to engage with God in worship. I didn't like the person I was sitting next to. I wasn't really in the mood for the sermon. Like I didn't even want to be there. And the first couple songs we sang, honestly, I just stood there. I was just kind of numb. I was in this place where I was like, Lord, I don't understand. I'm seeking you like I've never sought you before, and I'm not having what I think is supposed to happen in this interrupt journey. And so we started singing this song called Jesus, Your Presence is Heaven to Me, and it's by Israel Houghton. And my pastor got up in the middle of the song and just kind of really gave me the what for. And I just had this huge moment where I realized, I think I'm starting to understand why I've been in these places where I've been so miserable during this journey. I'm craving his presence because I've seen what can happen in his presence. I've been on the mission field. I've been at speaking engagements where I've seen people give their lives to Jesus. I've seen old women, young men, old men, radically change their lives in the presence of God. And I have longed for that so badly in this ordinary, common, everyday, mundane life because I'm hungry for his presence in everything. And so I realized when I was singing this song, Jesus, your presence is heaven to me. That's what Interrupt is all about. That's the place I'm trying to get at in my everyday, common, ordinary life. And so this morning, I was in one of my favorite books, The Ragamuffin Gospel by Brennan Manning, who's definitely one of my writing heroes. I was in this place in the back of the book that he has. It's like a 19 Mercies spiritual retreat kind of thing. And it's just something that you can read through and process and just kind of chew on for the day. And so today, the one that I read said this. It said, don't assume that the Spirit will act in your life without you taking the initiative. Cry out for a mighty outpouring of the Holy Spirit wherever you are, in the church or at home, alone or with others, watching television, lying in the bed, or driving to work. Pray continually for more of the Spirit of Jesus Christ. And my friends, that's what Interrupt is doing. We're pausing our busyness and we're saying, Jesus, is there something that you want to do right now? Is there something that you want to interrupt me in my thoughts, in my emotions, in my feelings, in my motives, in my agenda, in my stinking schedules, in my routines? Is there something that you want to interrupt so that I can experience your presence and let that flow into this earth? Then this morning, I also went to the book of James. I was just drawn there for some reason. And I was in James 1:5, and it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him. Without finding fault. So, okay, here's where that excites me. This process of me publicly working all my doubts and my confusion and me admitting that sometimes this being a stay-at-home mom and a wife and a writer and a speaker, sometimes it bores me and I don't feel like I experience God in this place. Doing that, it kind of makes me go before God and say, okay, I just told all of these people this now and you already knew this. And it says right here in his word that he still does not find fault in that, and he will freely give us the wisdom that we are seeking from him. So I'm encouraged. I'm not, it's definitely not over this hump of really trying to process what it means to be interrupted. But I feel like I'm moving closer to this place of fully understanding what it means to have him interrupt this everyday, common, ordinary life. So thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. I love your emails. I love your comments. I love your tweets. I love your Facebook messages. I'm reading all of them. I'm getting a little bit behind on responding to them because there's so many of them. But I hear you. We're doing this together, and I appreciate your honesty with me and us being willing to be authentic with each other. And so I'm moving into this next day. I'm going to hopefully have a peaceful night's rest, and I hope that you do too. But I'm feeling like day 10 is going to really start to bring some momentum with this interrupt journey. And I'm still asking God for very tangible ways that I can see him interrupt me in my everyday, common, ordinary life. I'll see you next time.